Please take a seat. And a very warm welcome. It's fantastic and really, really exciting to have you all here in Berlin for the premiere of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That's the first question that I would like to direct to all of you, including Harrison Ford. What did your inner child do when you heard that you would be part of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? Thomas, Phoebe, and Mats, and Harrison Ford. It has been a long time since the last Indiana Jones, and I think you worked very hard to bring him back on the big screen. What was it like for your inner child to be him again?
Well, my inner child is all grown up. And it's been a wonderful experience to play this character. It's a wonderful experience to be able to bring this last chapter of Indiana Jones to our audience. And and I'm very grateful for the opportunities that we had in the past, but I'm very happy to bring something new to you all. And it is in this company that we bring this film to you. I hope you will enjoy it.
Phoebe.
It sounded like a round of applause. My inner child is very much alive and gave me an enormous high five when I found out about this opportunity, and then all throughout the movie. I think Jim, most of my direction was him asking me to tuck her away, because I was just smiling all the time, and he was just saying to me the whole time, please stop smiling, you're supposed to be scared in this scene, you're supposed to be frightened in this scene. And it was just the most joyful experience to make, and so my inner child is very grateful that I've finally done something worthy of an inner child.
Mats, you've entered another iconic franchise. What did your inner child say?
Pretty much the same. I was actually, a week before I got the phone call, I was sitting with a friend, and he was writing down on a piece of paper the franchise I've been in and played the good guy, which was Zero, so bad guys. And then he put a name on there, and that was, but you haven't done this one, and that was Indiana Jones. And then I got the call a week later, and I couldn't really concentrate on listening to the director. I just wanted to hang up and text my friend. So it was amazing. I was 15 when I watched it. I watched it 5 times in a row on a VHS cassette. I had no ambitions of being an actor at that point, and then I got the call, and it was surreal. It was a great honor.
Thomas.
I have a little different story, like a German story.
And they're normally funny.
Yeah, Germans are super funny. I grew up in East Germany, and at the time, Harrison and the first Indiana Jones came out. I was counting tiles. I was in a swimming team, and we couldn't see it there. And then I escaped in the early 80s, and the first film I watched in a movie theater, I told you, was Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. And it is still my favorite movie of all time. And then I became an actor by accident, and ended up by accident in a big movie, Stalingrad, first movie. And then I was thinking, where do I go from here? I do not want to stay in Germany and see all these big movies I love to watch and think like I could be 60. I thought that's when life is over at the time. And be 60 and watch these big movies and think you could be part of this, you could have been part of this, and you never gave yourself the chance. So I went to Los Angeles, and now I'm 60, and the circle closes in a way for me, and I'm sitting here with Harrison, and I'm so flattered to be part of this mega big fucking franchise.
Thank you. Questions from the floor. All the way in the back, the lady with the, yeah.
Hello, my name is Frauke from RBB Radio Berlin. Und diese Frage stelle ich deswegen auf Deutsch, Berliner Radiosender. Herr Kretschmann, wie haben Sie denn zuerst Indiana Jones kennengelernt und wie war es jetzt, Teil dieses Indie-Teams zu sein?
Do I have to answer in German? Or? Ja. Natürlich habe ich es dann wie alle dann später im Fernsehen gesehen und dann ist ja auch schon so lange her und Teil davon zu sein, ich habe es ja schon gesagt, das ist ein No-Brainer. Ich habe einen Anruf bekommen, möchtest du das machen, lies das Buch und ich habe 5 Minuten später gesagt, ich habe das Buch gelesen, ganz klar, mache ich, das muss man nicht lesen und es ist eine große Ehre und es ist vor allen Dingen auch ein Spaß, es ist ja so großes Popcorn-Kino, was es fast nicht mehr gibt und ich finde, der Film ist auch eine Verbeugung vor diesem Popcorn-Kino.
I'm just going to translate really quickly for our international guests. Thomas just said that he's seen all the movies on television and that was a fantastic thing to be offered the part. He read the script within 5 minutes and said yes.
After 5 minutes I said I read the script.
Okay, after 5 minutes you said you read the script and got the part and he said it's just a great popcorn movie for everyone and he's been enjoying the experience.
And it's a bow, the film, about like an homage on the old school, big, glory popcorn movies, right, Harrison?
Yes. Yes, Thomas. Whatever you said.
Next question right here in the second row.
Hello, I'm Marcus, I'm freelance.
You're in the first row.
It's okay, I can wait.
Yeah, exactly, we're going to change.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it is a question for you, Mr. Harrison Ford. In the beginning of the movie, we see you very young, like 40 years ago. Could you describe the feeling when you saw yourself now so young? Was it a feeling of, yeah, are you a little bit pity of it, or is it okay for you?
It was okay for me. It's okay for me. I'm all right. I know I got older. That's okay. Those stories about growing older. But in order to give the growing older story a platform to step off of, we see Indy younger. It's a chance to go back to the original films, back to a time when things were simpler, black and white. Nazis are wearing the black hats. We're wearing the white hats. And, sorry, Bill.
I'm Danish.
But that gives us the opportunity to have a little taste of the old before we step into 1969, when the world is no longer black and white, but shades of gray. We see Indiana Jones at the end of his academic career, about to retire from academia. His life is in disarray. His family there's a lot of tension in his family, and into this abyss steps Phoebe Waller-Bridge and the character she plays, which reinvigorate Indiana Jones, give him a chance for another last great adventure, and take us on another great ride. So that's how I felt about the aging, just a part of the process. I'm very glad that the technology has progressed, and it works for me. That is my actual face 40 years ago. Thanks. Now, the gentleman in the second row. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Ford. I'm Pavis, TV and radio reporter. Let me say, great compliments to that movie. It's absolutely amazing. mind-blowing in my mind. It's absolutely stunning. And Mr. Ford, you did so great in that movie because you're turning 81 in 2 weeks and you're looking like a 25-year-old guy doing so many, hopefully, of your own stunts. So my question is, how much did you do by your own? I hope that it is, you don't say it's just CGI. Hopefully you can say, well, I did the horseback ride in the underground right before breakfast. So how challenging was this role for you?
The most challenging thing was to let me do the things I could do, and do them badly. I wanted to see Indiana Jones at 80 on a horse. I didn't want to see the 3 stunt guys that were behind me to make sure that I didn't fall off the horse. But I did fall off the horse. You know, there's a lot of stunt work that's done by stunt players, and we're grateful for their input and their skill. and then there's, you know, where you see my face, that's me. It's easy. But for me, the story is not so much about stunts. It's about relationships and about age, and about confronting age and living with age, living through it gracefully and redeeming yourself and taking another chance and righting missteps in the past. And all of that's part of the story, but it's a big, bumptious, happy story. It's an entertainment, and I'm proud to be an entertainer and a storyteller. Thank you.
I think you're a great entertainer, Harrison. I have a question to Phoebe, because we just spoke, we're talking about stunts. I heard that he crashed the tuk-tuk. How did that happen, number one? And the second thing is that I found really amazing is that John Williams created a theme song for your character. How did that make you feel?
I'd just like to confirm that I did crash the tuk-tuk. Yeah, well that happened because I just didn't take my foot off the pedal and rammed it into the back of a Mercedes carrying Mads and a bunch of other fictional Nazis. And then I was only allowed to do that once, but